Tonight at 9 on DC News Now, suspending their strike. The dock workers union walking off the picket lines and back to work. What needs to be agreed upon to avoid another shutdown?
In Maryland, Prince George's County Police searching for the thieves who broke into more than a dozen cars.
It took me about 45 minutes to vacuum out all the glass. It's not just damage that you've done now, it's damage that I'll have to live with forever.
We're hearing from victims who say something needs to be done.
Hi, everyone. Tracking a few showers for your Friday, then sunshine. I have the forecast coming up.
A Northern Virginia group tracking near misses for walkers, runners, and bikers.
There is an upper limit to how many people we can handle in this area. It was meant to be suburban, not urban.
We break down the data as they work to prevent the next tragedy from happening. We begin today with breaking news. 45,000 dock workers from Maine to Texas are headed back to work after a 3-day strike. Hi, everybody. Thank you for joining us for DC News Now at 9. I'm Chris Flanagan.
And I'm Susan Tran. That also includes the 2,400 at the Port of Baltimore. DC News Now's Daniel Hamburg joining us live in the studio now.
Yeah, Daniel, good evening. Workers can tentatively expect a really major pay boost.
Yeah, Chris and Susan, it's a big deal for them. The Associated Press reported they would be getting a 61.5% increase over the next 6 years. It's not yet set in stone just yet, but both sides have 3 more months to negotiate other parts of the contract. After 3 days in the picket line, dock workers represented by the International Longshoremen's Association are getting to work again. The ILA reached a deal with United States Maritime Alliance, which represents carriers and port operators. Initially, the union wanted a 77% pay raise over 6 years, and tentatively, they reached an agreement for about 62%.
Social Security, we got to look out for our health care. It's a lot to those automation things.
Workers were on strike at 36 ports that handle about half the cargo from ships coming into and out of the U.S. Many started panic buying this week, worried about what could happen if the strike continued.
Time we got up here, the shelves are empty.
Though most retailers say they stocked up or shipped items early in anticipation of a strike. Maryland Governor Wes Moore released a statement Thursday night congratulating the workers, saying, quote, "Our state is not complete without the men and women that work these ports every day, and we are thrilled that come tomorrow morning, our ports will be firing on all cylinders." Again, the two sides have until January 15th to return to the bargaining table to negotiate other outstanding issues, including worries about automation taking jobs away. In the studio, Daniel Hamburg, DC News Now.
All right, major development tonight, Daniel, thanks. All right, a live look outside tonight. It looks a pretty Thursday evening, doesn't it? Live look at the U.S. Capitol building.
It is gorgeous out there, and to celebrate our trek into the weekend already, we have sunshine. Chief Meteorologist Janessa Webb is joining us now. Janessa, it's not just one day that we've got a bit of sunshine.
Yeah, we're almost to the weekend. We still have to get through Friday, where we're dealing with increasing clouds. Really, the change with this frontal passage has changed things for your Friday, with a few showers throughout your afternoon into your evening before that high pressure kind of lingers in. A 70 right now under mostly cloudy skies. It's not a bad night, but we do have fog that's going to start to develop across northern Virginia, parts of Kaiser, Cumberland area, and that'll take over tomorrow morning till about 9-10 o'clock before it starts to dissipate. Even though we have a high out towards areas of the upper Tennessee Valley, and then you have Ohio that'll work its way back in, you still have a plenty of flood warnings for rivers and streams out towards the Carolinas and parts of central Virginia. Visibility will be a talker for overnight, but at this point you have Woodstock, Winchester down to 1 mile to 2 miles in front of you, so just south of 66. Some minor issues that are unfolding with that fog development. Temperatures as a whole, they're not too bad tonight, still at about 70 degrees for the suburbs of our nation's capital, and then you have lower 60s the farther west and east that you go tonight. So it's the next few hours as we go into tomorrow morning. You'll start to notice some transition in our temps that are a lot cooler. We have upper 40s from Kaiser to Cumberland, but here in DC by 9 o'clock we're in the lower 60s. Plenty of sunshine for the start of your weekend, and then we are under a good stretch of sunny skies in your 7-day forecast. I have all that coming up.
In Virginia, a jury in Fairfax County will pick back up on deliberations tomorrow. This is a case of a former police officer on trial for involuntary manslaughter for the killing of a suspected shoplifter.
Yeah, his defense team had the opportunity today to ask for a mistrial in that case, but chose not to. DC News Now's Randy Bass explains why from outside of court.
Yes, good evening. The jury is now home for the day with deliberations set to continue tomorrow. But before they left for the day, they asked the judge how late can they stay tomorrow to continue their deliberations. The judge told them as late as they need to. Tomorrow could be another very long day here at the Fairfax County Courthouse. More now on those closing arguments we heard in court today. Former Sergeant Wesley Shiflett's defense team maintaining an interesting defense stance in this case, saying he can't be convicted on an involuntary manslaughter charge when it was his intent to kill Timothy Johnson, saying the shooting was intentional and aligned with his police training with the Fairfax County Police Department. Shiflett testified he was scared for his life before he fired 2 shots, saying he saw Johnson reaching into his waistband for what he thought was a gun and only later learned Johnson was unarmed. However, prosecutors saying that while policing is a difficult job, it was not an act of defense, but an act of what might be and a rush to judgment. Prosecutors also saying in their arguments yesterday, fear alone does not grant the right to kill. But during the prosecution's closing arguments yesterday, they replayed body camera footage from that shooting, sparking a strong emotional reaction from some of Johnson's loved ones in court. Some of that footage played by prosecutors at the center of courtroom controversy over the last 24 hours. That video, part of it, was not admitted into evidence during the trial. The defense declined to motion for a mistrial, saying they would just reserve the right to motion for a vacated verdict if Wesley Shiflett is convicted. Again, a big day ahead tomorrow. One of the jurors cannot continue after tomorrow. One of those 12 jurors. This is putting some pressure on the jury to come to a verdict. You heard me just a few moments ago saying the jury asked the judge how late they can stay. The judge again said they can stay as long as they need to tomorrow. The jury will be back here to continue their deliberations at 9 o'clock. In Fairfax, I'm Randy Bass, DC News Now.
Meanwhile, lots of heavy hearts in Sandy Spring, Maryland. That community grieving the death of Sherwood High School student Sana Ville. A senior was killed in a crash Wednesday morning. 2 other students in the car are seriously hurt. The flowers are being added to a makeshift memorial near where the teens crashed into a wooden pole. Police say the car failed to make a turn. And Sana's family say they're heartbroken.
Sana was an angel to me. She was my twin sister. Loved her to death. We did everything together.
She always brought people together, and she was just someone who you could come to and be comfortable by.
Sana's family is working with Sherwood High to host a vigil next Thursday. They say they want her to be remembered for the kind spirit and the work she did as part of the Black Student Union.
We head to Northern Virginia now, and a street safety group is tracking near misses for walkers, runners, and bikers on roads. They want to figure out the most dangerous areas, hoping to prevent the next tragedy from happening. DC News Now's Max Marcilla breaks down what they learned.
90% of the people who self-reported for this study say near misses are a recurring problem here in Fairfax County, and many of them point to the same reason why.
Walk sign is on to cross.
The word on the street, the biggest problem comes when drivers don't yield.
We also see pedestrians and people biking commonly reporting speeding drivers as a safety concern.
Chris French from Northern Virginia Families for Safe Streets says this report, which looked at hundreds of near misses on Fairfax County roadways over the last few years, is meant to help identify dangerous areas.
The idea is to try and get ahead of a crash, right? We don't want to be reactive and wait until someone is killed or seriously injured.
And some of the people using these streets say the idea of that tragedy is not far-fetched.
As a runner, I feel safe. When I'm out on a bicycle, it's a much different story.
Jeff Stone has been running and biking through Reston for decades.
It's gotten a lot worse with distracted driving too.
He's hoping the report can help encourage better behavior, both from drivers and pedestrians, since the real changes he's hoping for, he feels, aren't in the near future.
Nothing I probably see in my lifetime, but there needs to be dedicated pedestrian and cycling.
It's a good idea to look at these intersections to see which ones have bad visibility and need some structural improvement or better signs.
That's the organization's goal, identifying a problem, finding a solution, and doing so not just here in Fairfax County, but in Arlington and Alexandria as well.
If we took the initiative and and made it a priority. These are preventable.
Northern Virginia Families for Safe Streets has sent their findings to Fairfax County Police and supervisors. Their next challenge is outreach. They want as many people as possible to submit reports of their near misses to help broaden the data moving forward. Reporting in Reston, I'm Max Marcella, DC News Now.
And new details in Maryland. Police have now released the name of the 18-year-old man killed at a Silver Spring playground. Christian Ortiz was found shot to death at Seek Lane Park. That's in the Barron Street and Dilmer Avenue area. That shooting happened Tuesday night around 9:45. Anyone with information is asked to call Montgomery County Police.
Also in Maryland, Montgomery County Police say they've made a second arrest in the shooting death of two 20-year-old men. DeAndre Wint and Quincy Johnson were killed back in May. Investigators have arrested Adam Abay. The 16-year-old is facing 2 counts of first-degree murder. It was back in August that police arrested a 15-year-old at Dulles Airport for his involvement in the murders. Staying in Maryland, a downtown Frederick restaurant that has been a huge staple for the community for 40 years has now decided to sell. The owner of La Paz says that he's been wanting to retire, but really hopes the new owners will keep this place as a restaurant. He first opened in 1978 during a time when downtown Frederick wasn't really known for ethnic food. And the community is just really grateful for the many years they've already had at this local spot.
We are sad for downtown, but we're happy for his family and the opportunity to sell. He's been doing this for nearly 50 years, and that's a long time in any business, but especially the restaurant business, which definitely is rewarding but challenging at the same time.
The restaurant is now on the market to be sold. Also in the district, a big congratulations to Jasmine Townsend. She is DC's Teacher of the Year. Here are students congratulating her, along with Mayor Bowser and other leaders who surprised the Ward 8 elementary school teacher during a book month celebration earlier this morning. So we caught up with Townsend as she shared some advice for other teachers looking to make a difference.
Every student deserves someone who is irrationally passionate about their success, about their academic achievement, and bringing your true, authentic self to the classroom every single day is what makes the difference for students.
It was a big day, in fact. Today, also Townsend's birthday. She now goes on to participate in the National Teacher of the Year program.
Doubly special. Congratulations. Yeah.